Hello there, toy collectors. My name is Kevin, aka Toying Around, and I am very excited to bring you this special review.
If anything, the Kim family, they're archetypes.
Which is sad, but not always a bad thing.
I'm okay, I have one. Do you see all the name?
Let's try them. Let's still try.
We live? We live? Sounds good. Hello there, everyone. Happy May the 4th. Happy Star Wars Day. Welcome to the channel. My name is Kevin, aka Toying Around. Make sure my microphone's not muted because that always happens to me. I'm a toy collector, I'm a toy photographer, and sometimes I'm a toy reviewer. And I have a lot of stuff to open. And every week I do a segment called Unboxing Thursdays where every week live at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I open these toys so I can enjoy them and I can make more space to buy more toys, you know. So it's been a pretty exciting day today, Star Wars Day. There were lots of new reveals in terms of merchandise from all over. Everyone's celebrating. I mean, we're all here because we love Star Wars and we love collecting as well. So I'm hoping that this is going to be a very enjoyable show for everyone. Usually I do this on Thursday nights, but today is a very special Tuesday. So we're going to do an unplanned, well, out of the ordinary unboxing today. And as promised, there will be guests, there will be giveaways, and all week I've been trying to think of a third G for that because it's the rule of three. So there will be Grogu's. There will be Grogu's, guests, giveaways, Grogu's. So I hope you guys stay tuned. What we're going to do is there's going to be we're going to look at some new collectibles today. We're going to unbox them with some guests. And then at the end, there will be giveaways. So I've already posted some giveaways on my Instagram. You have to be here watching in order to win. It's going to be trivia. And so you had to pay attention. It's going to be something based on the stream. And most of the items you see tonight, well, all of the items you see tonight are on the ToysRUs Canada website. And so thank you very much for Hasbro and ToysRUs Canada for putting together this kind of event and giving me the opportunity to do this because I'm just a regular toy collector. And I think these companies like Hasbro and Toys R Us, they kind of recognize there's a bigger collector community here in Canada. So I know they've been working all day getting the pre-orders up in stock. So I have links to the Toys R Us Mini Con website in the description here. So make sure you check those out at the end of this event. Let me see what's first on this list. First on this list, well, we're going to go over some of the merchandise first. But if for those of you who are fans of the channel, thank you very much for coming through. This is a very exciting opportunity. I'm really excited to be able to unbox some of this stuff early. If you're new to the channel, like I said earlier, I do some toy reviews. I unbox toys every week with my friends and awesome people in this toy collecting community. So if you are maybe you're just chilling out, putting the kids to bed, or having a glass of wine, if you're enjoying what's happening here, please consider hitting the thumbs up and subscribing to the channel. Some of the awesome stuff that we've seen that are available on the Toys R Us website right now, they do have the Star Wars Black Series publishing series, and you can see here this is one of the sets that I will have for the giveaway tonight. They have the Luke Skywalker, Jackson, which is pretty exciting, and I love all of the new boxes for these. Like, they look like books. When's the last time I had a book? I don't know. And they open up kind of like collector-friendly boxes too, so you can put them back in. Carner Jax. Wait, I have a toy cam. Hey guys, I'm a YouTube streamer. I know what I'm doing. Here we go. That is a Loom Cube. So they have this awesome packaging here. And of course, my favorite, I don't know about everyone else, my favorite is the Darth Maul, shirtless Darth Maul, of course. Although that's not the only feature I'm looking for. So yeah, these are available on Toys R Us right now on the website, and I'm very excited to make sure somebody wins one of these sets tonight. So if you want to win a set tonight, make sure you're following along to what the guests have to say, and that's what the trivia is going to be based upon. Also available is, man, my place is a mess. You guys don't know this, like outside of this frame right here, it's just all toys and a graveyard of boxes. So I try to avoid that. But this is the Star Wars Mandalorian the Child Bounty Collection. That's what it was. So I got a set of these. My kids love these because they're just little Grogus that you can put all over the house, and then I step into them. They're kind of like really big Legos that you can step on. But other than that, like they love playing with these. So I have these available as well. And also, last but not least, I have the Star Wars Retro Collection. I don't know if you've seen these before. They are kind of like remakes of the old Kenner style toys. Obviously, the Mandalorian wasn't around at that time. You know what? I think I have somebody here who might have a better idea of, give you better background on some of these figures. Guys, I'm going to bring on a friend of mine, super cool collector. You may know him from a Star Wars event. He's also from the cherished TV show Kim's Convenience. Please welcome my friend, Paul Sun-Young Lee.
How's it going?
How you doing, man?
Oh, hanging in there. Happy Star Wars Day.
May the 4th be with you.
And also with you.
I love how that goes. It sounds very religious.
It is.
How have you been, Paul?
I've been doing good. I'm really happy to be home. It's been nice. I've been away from home for the last couple of weeks, so it's nice to be back home and sort of get back into that routine. And what a great day to start it with Star Wars Day, May the 4th, followed by Revenge of the 5th and Revenge of the 6th. So it's like these are my high holidays. This and Halloween and Comic-Con. These are my holidays.
Oh, those I actually told the other guys the same thing. I took the day off today because it's a holiday. So like Christmas, my birthday, my fiance's birthday, and today are all holidays that require the day off.
Yeah. I love how this is really over the last few years actually just really become a thing. And in fact, May 1st is usually I'm a member of the 501st.
Yes, you are.
Cosplay group, and they call it 501st Day because it is 0501, which is May 1st, and so 501st Day, and it's great because it is a great charitable organization. It's a plastic spaceman dressing up to raise money for charity, which is awesome. So
that's fantastic.
Yeah, so it's a nice celebration of all things good about Star Wars, and I think today's been great. There've been a lot of really great drops by Hasbro, like you're saying, the retro line, the pre-orders on Toys R Us for the new Black Series, the Anakin, the Obi-Wan Kenobi, Hawk, and Echo. Today I've been like frantically trying to place my pre-orders, but like everything else, I mean, like you were saying before, Canada has become a sort of a collector's haven, and if you're not quick on those pre-orders, you got to be quick. You got to be there to sort of snap up those figures.
Awesome. Well, I was just bringing up the retro collection, which is a Mandalorian. This was set as Mandalorian themed figures, TV show which you were on, and I believe you have a set there as well, right? Yeah.
The wonderful folks over at Hasbro were kind enough to send me a beautiful shipment of this set here. Now they're great. I love the packaging on that. Look at that. Sorry, you're gonna have to forgive me. This is a brand new camera that I swapped out my Canon M50 and I'm using a Sony, but I'm not happy with the lens right now. But this is one of it. What I love is the card back. Like if you have it, once anybody gets it, you can see it looks distressed, but they do that on purpose. It's got a great vibe, the old school vibe to it, hence the retro line. And yeah, it's got the stiff arms and stiff legs, just like the original the Kenner action 3.75 action figures from when I was a kid.
Right.
And it's just, you know what though, they really kick it up a notch in terms of the detailing on it too. But they do as well have the old school capes. If you look at the Mando, or even
Yeah.
have Moff Gideon there, he's got like that old school. It looks like a hybrid. I don't think it's the plastic that we got, but we'll find out soon enough when we open these suckers up. But it's got the old school, yeah, the capes, like the stiff one piece rubber capes that the like Obi-Wan and Darth Vader used to have back in the day.
I always make the mistake of trying to analyze the figure through the box, and then I remember the show is called Unboxing. So like, and then I realized I could just open it and show everyone. I can't open this set because this is the set for the giveaway, but I will highly, that doesn't make any sense. I will show on the camera.
Yeah, I'm more than happy to open. You want? Let's start off with Mando. Let's start off with the Mandalorian. So I'm gonna open Din Djarin here. This card. So if you are collecting, you love mint in box, look away, because this might hurt your soul. But this is unboxing. Well, it's unboxing Tuesday. But
Unboxing Tuesday.
I am a dirty, filthy opener, and so I will open this up. Ooh, look at that. Okay. So I'm trying to preserve the card. I know some people love to keep the cards too, but this is the card. A bunch of the cardboard actually came off with plastic. It is double sealed. It's got the inner liner of plastic there. I'm just opening that up. There is, this always cracks me up. The little piece of paper inside, the small parts warning. The don't swallow any of the stuff in this, because yeah, it's called covering your butt. And,
For sure. I know a lot of adult collectors who have accidentally I'm not even joking, who put
Really?
toys into their mouth by accident. So that paper is there for a reason.
Wow. Because of me, they have a warning. Okay. So he's got his rifle, the ambient rifle, and oh, I love this. This is, wow, they're not messing around with this packaging here.
Real quick, how's everyone in the chat doing tonight? Where's everybody from? We have 262 people watching right now. Thank you for coming out to see some toys be unboxed. Please make sure to follow Paul. Paul also has a YouTube channel where he unboxes stuff as well. My Geeky Basement. It's at Bitter Asian Dude or
Yeah,
Bitter Asian Inc. Perfect. Yeah. So please go check out his channel as well. He's also a fellow Canadian Star Wars fan. Paul, I really was saddened by the end of Kim's Convenience. So, but thank you for that amazing show, for all the stuff you've put into that show.
Thank you so much. I mean, it's kind of a massive bummer that it ended the way it did. We would have loved another season to finish off the story properly, but we had 5 fantastic seasons to look back on and be really proud. We opened. I think we broke down a lot of barriers and opened up a lot of doors, and really proved that representation matters. So very happy to have been part of that sort of historic show, and very proud of the work on it. Yeah, but thank you so much for the lovely compliment. Okay, so I've got him. There you go, Din Djarin. It is a plastic cape. It's not it feels more pliable than the old school. The other plastic stuff that I remember as a kid wasn't as flexible. It was more stiff than this. So this is good actually. So you can take the cape on and off without wrecking it, because I think that's what I remembered about the old Kenner 3.75 action figures, is like you would ruin the cape if you took it off. But the detail on the rifle is fantastic. And he's got the little Bregman pistol there, and from what I see, it's very true to what you see on the screen there. So like, kudos to Hasbro for doing that. And I'm gonna peek under the Mandalorian's little cape here. No capes. Yeah, this is definitely, this is pre-Beskar. So this is
right.
Old. This is before, at the very beginning, when he had sort of that janky old armor on, and it was all cobbled together.
Right.
And yeah, no, it's it's great detail on it, and it's sharp. That's what I really like about it. It's sharp.
It's sharp.
Yeah, just the detailings on it.
Oh,
Like,
okay, yeah.
the painting is crisp. It doesn't look mass produced. You know what I mean? Like there is an attention to detail. Like even on his leg bandolier here, like it's not focusing. So I'm sorry if it's frustrating you.
Yeah,
But
episode 1, chapter 1 outfit.
Yeah, you can see on the leg flares, it's not just like a machine just gone and just sort of splash paint on. This looks so precise and so cool. And this is going to be great, I think, for the. I was lucky enough to get in on the ground floor of the Razor Crest.
Oh, nice.
Hasbro Pulse had, and he's going to fit perfectly in that Razor Crest. So,
well, guys,
the arms and legs are stiff. The old school. It's like it must walk around.
Guys, you can see I had a previous episode of Unboxing Thursdays with Paul. If you're new to the channel, Paul is not just an actor, but he's a true fan of Star Wars. He's a true toy collector, as you can see and hear from that previous what's a nicer word for ramble?
My rambling story. I'm just trying to fill the air and be like, it's no fun really watching somebody physically just open it. So I'm trying to give as much description as possible.
Right.
Play-by-play. That's what it is. It's not rambling. It's play-by-play. I'm doing my own color commentary. Again, don't choke on the small parts.
Which one are you opening next, Paul?
This is Grief Karga, the one, the only. It's Carl Weathers, who directed the episode of The Mandalorian that I was in, the first episode that I was in. And he's awesome. Like Carl Weathers, just as a human being, is so OG Hollywood, like he's royalty. And
right.
It was such an honor to work with him, and I was just sort of gobsmacked because it was like it's Apollo Creed, it's Predator, it's what's the name of his character in Billy? No, the golf movie.
He was Chubbs.
Sandler. What?
Chubbs in
Chubbs. Yes, that's it.
Yeah, with the wooden hand.
That's right. It was just on TV the other night. Oh my God, Happy Gilmore. Jeez.
Yeah,
this is what
I always mix up Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison, but yes.
And of course, Arrested Development did fantastic work there and stuff. But he just jumped right out. Grief Karga as well also has focus. There you go, focus. He's got his gray beard. The grayness didn't really show up until season 2. So that's an interesting sort of look there, because in season 1 of Mandalorian,
that's right, he wasn't
had the mustache, and he went gray for season 2. Wow, again, you know what, the level of detail on him is spectacular, from his belt to his robes, and he's even got his little blaster pistol, which is fantastic. I mean, it looks, and I got a chance to spend some time with the props department on The Mandalorian, and Josh, who's the head props guy. It was great because he sort of gave me a guided tour of the armory that they had there, and all the weapons are based on real world weapons. So like the Mandalorian's pistol, his blaster is based on a 1918 like Bregman. All the guns are based on real world weapons, and this one for Grief Karga, again, it's another one that looks very, very close to the one he had on Mandalorian. And again, like, I'm just blown away by the attention to detail. Like, if you look at his boots, you can see the creases in the ankles where the material would sort of fold into itself. They're really stepping it up a notch here. So there's Grief Karga. I'm gonna get to Queel now. I have spoken.
By the way, real quick shout out to my moderators tonight for this explosive chat. Explosive as in the number of people here. Thank you, DK and Jack and Troy. You guys are awesome.
Right on.
Yes, Paul has spoken. Thank you guys so much, moderators.
Queel. Now, the cool thing is Queel. It took two actors to portray Queel. One was in the actual suit, and that was Misty Rosas, who's fantastic, just a wonderful human being. Got a chance to chat with her, and so she inhabited the character physically, and of course it was Nick Nolte doing the voice, as only Nick Nolte can, which is great. And I just dropped this one.
Paul, we've discussed this previously on the perfect episode, the previous episode, and my friend Ernie from the Toy Migos has since then been giving me a lot of grief about our conversation regarding Boba Fett and how he was on screen so overrated. He's just been teasing me since, what was it, this February? So it's been 3 months.
Okay.
He's just been bullying me.
Just chirping you, huh?
Yeah. He's always saying Kev and his actor friends making fun of me and Boba Fett.
Yo, you have to admit though, Boba Fett in Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, pretty underwhelming. I mean, it was. He had like what? In terms of all the bounty hunters, he had kind of the most screen time, but he was kind of lame because he really didn't do anything. He just followed Han Solo.
Here we go.
That was it. And then it was actually Darth Vader who caught him, right?
This is the good stuff.
It was Darth Vader who put him in carbonite. And really, he got what a horrible ending for him. I mean, if it had ended in Return of the Jedi, he would have been just like, because he got knocked into the Sarlacc pit by accident. That's not worthy of the greatest bounty hunter in the galaxy. It was kind of sad, actually. So it wasn't until Mandalorian, really, that he got to be the bat. Like, that was his turn in the Mandalorian when he just brutalized that entire platoon of stormtroopers. That's the Boba Fett everybody wanted, but we didn't get it. It's like, ordering. It's like that whole meme where it's like you order something from the actual website and something from Wish. Right, Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi Boba Fett was the Wish version, and then the one that we got in Mandalorian was the legit version that I think everybody wanted. Queel is awesome. Just want to say he's got a little backpack. He's got his flight helmet with the goggles. Looks great. What a wonderful thing to have. A little Ugnaught going around who served his time in the Empire.
And are you worried that on Star Wars Day that you might alienate some fans? Nah, you can do no wrong.
Not at all. No, you know what? This is what I love about it. Everyone can have an opinion. Not everyone's right. So I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm saying this is how I felt about it. And I think you can be objective. You can be objective and kind of go, yeah, okay, that was kind of lame. I mean, hey, look, a lot of people love stormtroopers. Like when I was a kid, even now, like the armor looks cool, but they can't hit the broadside of a barn. Right, they're almost for comedic effect. They go like there's that one scene in Star Wars when they're entering the communication chamber and the one cranks his head on the door. They kept that in, right? So it's one of those things where you kind of go, yeah, they're the red shirts of the Star Wars universe. There,
I can watch that clip like 15 times in a row because not only did they leave that in, they left the audio in too. You can hear thunk when he hits the bottom of that door.
But then they added, it's great because they added some dialogue where he says, "See to him." And he might be referring to the body, the corpses on the ground.
Oh, is there? In the background?
Yeah, no, listen to it. You'll see to him. And it might be the two dead officers who got shot by Han and Luke. Or it could be the guy that cranked his head. See to him. I'm opening up Moff Gideon now. Moff Gideon. Fast and Furious. Look at that. Oh, he's got the Darksaber. I love this. Moff Gideon comes with a Darksaber.
Everyone who's still watching right now, thank you very much. It's a lot of people. I hope you're enjoying what's going on right now. Thank you, Paul. I'm not getting rid of him. I'm just saying thank you and, keeping it moving with the show so that, but once we hit 150 thumbs up on this video, I will do the first giveaway for this set of the retro figures.
Whoever wins it, you're in for a treat. These are amazing. These are fantastic.
This set will consist of all the ones Paul's opening right now: Queel, Grief Karga, Din Djarin the Mandalorian. Here we go. Moff Gideon. Why did my voice change there? IG-11 is weird. And Grogu. So
here's something really interesting. Sorry. Moff Gideon's cape actually wraps around his whole body. He's the only one with a cape where it's, I don't know if it's because his legs are thinner or the cape is actually bigger, but that's an interesting thing that his cape is billowy. Just a small detail. And again, his armor is beautiful. The detail on his armor, the dark saber is cool. It doesn't feel flimsy. You know, sometimes you get some of the you get the little plastic swords and like right away they bend. This is actually, it looks like it's made out of, if anybody has any 3D printing, it looks like a little resin, a resin. The material is made out of resin, which is great, and it's very stout. And it doesn't feel flimsy at all, which is really cool. Because if you want a dark saber, you don't want it to.
Paul, you're also into 3D printing too, right? You're into cosplay. You do a lot of your own props and costumes.
Yeah, I try. It's you know, it's either that when I hit my midlife crisis, it was either that get into cosplay and prop building, or like, you know, buy a motorcycle and work on it in the front. And there's no way I'd be able to ride a motorbike. So
I would love to see Appa ride around downtown Toronto on a motorcycle. That would be incredible.
you'd have to ride piggyback on Janet, because Janet
Sidecar.
one, right? Yeah. Okay, I'm opening up IG-11 now. He's probably one of my favorite characters from season 1 as well, as voiced by Taika Waititi. Okay, another warning: do not eat content. And they don't let you have any fun. IG-11. Ooh, that's beautiful. You know what I love too about IG-11? He's brown. He's not the same color as IG-88, who is silver. That's one way to differentiate the two.
Let me check with the mods. Are we at 150? We're at 150.
150. Giveaway time.
Oh, it was 150, and then some people had to go to timeout, like my kids misbehaving. So I think did it go back up? My mods will let me know. Also, another item that was announced is one of the role play items, the Black Series Wedge Antilles helmet.
Whoa, lovely. That looks amazing. I love that Hasbro's doing that.
Are you hoping to get a helmet of your favorite X-wing pilot?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you mean of Carson's?
No, of yours.
Mine.
Unless your character is your favorite X-wing pilot.
Oh, I see. Well, here's the thing. Yeah, no, I already have the Wedge on pre-order.
Yeah,
the Wedge Antilles helmet. I collect Black Series helmets as well. Behind me, I have the Captain Cardinal one that was recently released. I got the Mandalorian one. I'm going to be doing an unboxing video on that soon. I have Boba Fett 40th anniversary right here. I've got the prototype one in the back room that I'm going to be doing an unboxing of. Like, I've fallen down the Black Series hole hard. That sounds really bad.
Well, at least you didn't fall into a Sarlacc pit, so that's fine.
There you go. Well, yeah, because that would have been sad. Yeah, so Wedge Antilles is probably one of my more favorite secondary characters. You know, because he was in all 3 of the movies. I love the different designs. I have a book called the Costumes of Star Wars, and they have this one page, and it's all the helmets from A New Hope. And it includes I think the B-wings as well. And so it's all the beautiful helmet designs from like Red Leader to Jack Porkins, Reds 310, all the different designs on them. And there's something really, really cool about the unique designs that speaks to the characters of all the different pilots. And I love that Hasbro is branching out, and they're offering something like a Wedge Antilles helmet. It would be great to see, you know, follow-ups on, like, for example, like a Biggs Darklighter. With his Jack Porkins, the Red Leader. Red Leader had a fantastic looking design on his helmet too. And there's something just really, really cool about that I think as a collector, you know, it's like you just want those different designs. There's the completist in you. And that's what makes it a slippery slope, because it's like, well, if you get one, you kind of need them all, right? IG-11 spectacular, by the way. The bandoliers that are on him are actually you can't take them on or off, but that's kind of cool, because I find with belts and things like that are removable, if they're not secure enough, they just start slipping off, and that's more of a pain in the butt to deal with. So, and I'm just talking from if you're actually going to play with them perspective.
Right.
I am a child. I think in that way, but if you have kids, you're actually going to let your kids play with these, which is cool.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about stuff like that too. Again, it's just be careful of the small parts because you don't want them to swallow it. As an adult,
Well,
if you swallow one of these, you deserve what you get. It's called
no,
consequence.
these ones are definitely for us. I think something for kids. I think the Mission Fleet line is great because you can get full vehicles. I have a X-wing with Luke somewhere around here. There's oh, here we go. Like you can get a whole X-wing for your kids with a Luke that goes inside the cockpit,
Oh, that's cool.
which is awesome. There's also the IG-11 with the child on the pack. That's on Toys R Us. I'm going to give away one of those right after this giveaway because we're definitely past 150. The first trivia is now. I'm gonna ask the question. Once you see the word "go" in the chat, then you can answer. And the moderators are gonna look for the first person, and first person who answers correctly. How many seasons of Kim's Convenience was there? I have hit go in the chat. Have at it. Paul, I am all yours again, and vice versa.
Cool. I'm opening up the child now. It's labeled as the child, and it's pretty cool because it comes with a whole bunch of accessories, which is awesome. Because child itself, Grogu, is it's beautiful. Look at that. Look, I'm sorry, just the detail.
That's such a cool set. I love all the accessories that they packed in. Like all the other guys had, their full-size characters. They have accessories, but then they pack the base in here along with is this a bassinet? A pram, the frog. I love that they packed all that stuff in. The first winner of tonight's giveaways of the 6 Star Wars Retro Series Mandalorian figures is Monkey 29 DNA. Monkey 29 DNA.
Nice, congratulations.
A frequent watcher of the channel. So congratulations. Thank you to Hasbro for this set so that I can give away to all the awesome people who are here tonight. Oh, and there Paul has the pram.
You can remove the lid. It doesn't split open. Now the lid actually does come off, so that's something that you're going to want to keep track of. Sorry. So and then you can place Grogu in there. Hello. Just autofocus on this. It's a new camera, so I'm just still figuring out. There you go. Hello. No. God. Nothing can be easy. But it's awesome too because it comes with the stand, little stand, and a great display piece. And if the child is in danger, boom, now he's safe.
I love it's gotten to a point where he knew when it was gonna pop off, and he would just like beep, close my own crib.
That's right. Love that. So that's what I got. Beautiful. Thank you so much again to Hasbro for sending me. It was such a lovely treat and a surprise, and it's such an honor to open them here on this Unboxing Tuesday, the special Star Wars Day event. Thanks for inviting me, Kevin.
Man, I'm so happy to have you here. I wanted to put something really cool together, and it's just I'm very happy you were available, and you're always so super nice. Like ever since we started talking, you share like what's happening with the show a lot, and I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Cool. No problem.
Was that the whole set? Yes, I believe.
No, the only other thing I have is actually is this. This is a custom made. I got it done. I made 3 sets, got 3 sets of these. These are done in the retro line. And it is Carson Teva and Trapper Wolf. And I sent one set to Dave Filoni, who played Trapper Wolf, and the other one to Jon Favreau.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and so it's done in the same, like the cards are very similar. It's done in a very similar style.
Oh wow.
To it. So kudos to the artisans who did it. And in the back, again, these are and then they included the retro the retro line to make it look a fish. and legit. So
Paul, I don't want to ask. I don't ever want to ask people like, industry stuff to reveal any secrets. But in your opinion, would you prefer to see yourself as a 6-inch Black Series figure? In case there might be people watching, would you like to see yourself as a 6-inch Black Series figure, or vintage collection, or one of these retro ones?
wow, you know what? It's whatever is,
Or D, all of the above.
yeah, whatever is being offered. Honestly, just the chance, just to be on that show was such a dream come true. Everything else is gravy, and so
On here?
yeah, I'd like it, on
Or
your
The
show,
Mandalorian?
like on the Mandalorian too.
No, I'm just kidding.
But everything. No, seriously. I've gotten so many wonderful opportunities, and I've met so many great people, connected with so many generous folks. I hate using that term, folks. But I've met so many awesome human beings, and they've been so generous. And like, for example, like being on your channel and getting to chat with you, and you sending me some stuff over, and you bumping up my YouTube channel, and all the lovely people at Hasbro that sent me this great set too, which it's that kind of generosity is great. And so I try to take everything with so much humility and so much gratitude. So in terms of your question, it's just like whatever. It's just such an honor to have anybody want to make anything that has your face on it, or it's neat. It's like every kid's dream come true. It's like, I want to be an action figure too, right? You want to do
Right.
something that people will actually sort of want to recreate different adventures or make their own adventures from. And that's the essence of play and storytelling. When it's done at its finest, people want to continue the story or make up their own stories, but they're actively invested in and engaged in that. And I think toys, these things, are much more than just items that we can collect and display. These are things that fuel our imaginations or make us think back to when we were of that age. I think that's why there's such a great nostalgic feeling towards all these. For a lot of collectors, it's a touchstone for times gone, in the past. And
Right.
it's just, I mean, there are people who do it for just profit, which is cool too. That's your own thing. But I think for me, I collect a lot of this stuff. I wouldn't even think of selling it. I mean, I told my wife, yeah, it'll go up in value. I can sell. But really, I'm keeping all this stuff. They're going to have to bury it with me. I'm just kidding. My kids. But it's one of those things where it's just, that's why I think toys aren't just for kids. They're not just for kids. We need that sense of play. We love that as adults. And I think Hasbro has really sort of touched in on that really got their fingers on the pulse of that. And it's something that keeps us all young, but it keeps us invested in these stories too. So
My fiance is always asking me how much my stuff is worth if she had to sell it. Should I be worried?
yes.
Okay. Our friend Bjorn is from Singapore is back. Thank you for the super chat. He says, love from Singapore. It is like 8 in the morning right now. From one of your big fans, once again, Paul, it's been 3 months. That's okay. This is a Eminem stand situation, Bjorn. It's getting a little weird. I wrote you, but you still ain't calling. No, but I'm back with no sleep. He stayed up all night. He's been up all night. He says, happy May 4th. Happy May 4th to you. Is it still? It's the 5th, buddy. But thank you. Thank you for coming back. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Happy May the 4th. Paul, I'm going to move along and open some of the exclusives that were available today from Toys R Us. I have some other people to come on who can speak to some of the things that we're opening today. Did you want to stay on for a little bit, or I appreciate your time. If you need to go do.
No, it's awesome. Keep me on. I'd love to ask them some questions.
Oh,
yeah. Just, not like hard hitting, like gotcha journalism questions, but like questions about like.
Yeah, this is not the outlet for that.
Stuff like that. Like this is inside baseball, everyone. You get a chance to chat and ask questions with some of the geniuses that work for Hasbro.
All right. Well, let me get some of this stuff ready. This is obviously a high-class outfit that we've got going on here. Gross Fidelity, thank you for the super chat. He says, you don't stop playing because you get older because you stop playing.
Exactly.
And because you have kids and they wake you up and they occupy your time all day, which is good, but you know, there is limited time now. To open the new set, I am going to bring on. Let me just make this right. So if you guys have been a fan of the channel and you've been watching for a while, or if you're new here, a lot of the times I open toys with friends because we all have stuff to open. But sometimes some of these friends, they work in the industry, they make toys, they work for toy companies. So I really like to speak to them and their different experiences because this is all the same stuff that we love, right? You're here watching this because you know, we all love collecting and we all love Star Wars. So I like to get behind the scenes as much as I can. Like, and I understand like these people come on, and I'm totally grateful for it and thankful because they're not obligated to. But I try not to ask for secrets or ask for this and that. Like, no, like we just want to just talk about the toys, something really cool. So tonight I'm excited to officially introduce Eric from the Hasbro design team for Star Wars and Jing from the Hasbro global marketing team. And they will also be unboxing some stuff as well.
Hello.
Hi.
Eric, Jing, how are you doing?
Doing pretty well.
We're doing great. Excited to be here.
This is Paul.
Hello, Paul. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you. And thank you again so much for sending that awesome retro series set.
Sorry to keep you guys waiting.
Oh, that's no problem at all.
I talk too much. Sorry.
It was great to see.
Yeah, it was really interesting to see like your guys' takes on it, just because like obviously we are very familiar with the product, so it's cool to see other people come in and be able to experience it as well.
Yeah,
Right.
and appreciate the unboxing experience of it all. So it was great to be a part of that.
You guys, if people aren't familiar, there was a Hasbro fan event today, and Jing and Eric were both on. But this is different because you're kind of getting our live reaction when we're opening this stuff. So how was it sitting there listening to us talk about some of the stuff you guys have been working on?
Yeah, I mean, like Eric said, it was just good to take a step back and experience you guys just unboxing everything and your reaction to like the textures. And I especially love the commentary about like, you know, it keeps us young, it keeps us creative, it keeps us fun. And I think that's so authentic, and that's exactly why we do what we do. So we love hearing that, and we love like seeing that firsthand, you know?
Yeah, and we're also like kind of in our own little bubble, like especially now with kind of working from home and stuff, we don't really get to interact with people that much. And it's all people that like know a ton about the toys that we make over the year or two that it takes to develop them. So it's always really rewarding to be able to see like just other people react to the stuff that we've been working on for a year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah, it's all really awesome stuff. While we have you on, real quickly, Eric, why don't you let the people know what you do at Hasbro?
Yeah. So I am a product designer on Hasbro. So I lead up the Black Series. So I'm the lead designer on the Black Series specifically. So a lot of the things we're going to be unboxing today will be some of the stuff that I helped to design and worked really closely with not only Jing, but a lot of other like great talented people at Hasbro with our sculptors, painters, engineers. So yeah, so I've been working on it, Hasbro for about 6 years, been working on the Black Series for the last 2 years.
Awesome. Do you have a favorite Star Wars character?
I feel like it's between Darth Maul and Obi-Wan, like just them together, their interaction, and kind of, especially after Clone Wars and being able to like deep dive into those characters, it's hard to go wrong with those two. I really, really like Obi-Wan and Darth Maul.
Awesome. And Jing, what about you? What do you do? How did you get into all this stuff?
Yeah, so I'm a brand manager for Hasbro. I've been here for a little over a year now. So, like Eric, I work on the Black Series 6-inch scale, but I also cover all of Black Series. So I work on the premium role play items as well. But Eric and I, we've been working so closely the past year plus on some of these awesome figures that you guys have been showing, especially the Clone Wars items. So it's been fun, and I think it's just how we got into it. It's just an honor to be able to, do this as my job as a day-to-day. So I think I'm just lucky.
Yeah, I would say so. Do you have a personal Star Wars favorite character? Someone, I don't know, a favorite character, someone you can connect to, maybe? You see
Yes.
as yourself, maybe?
Oh, see as myself.
Okay, I just got too deep
wish.
there. Maybe the first part of the question. I just tried to make it
wish.
sound more. See, I can't even do it now. I'm. This is way too much for me. Like, there's Hasbro people. There's a guy from Star Wars, and I'm just gonna let you guys talk. Jing, please go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, for me, there's a couple of characters I've kind of gone back and forth through the years. I think my personal favorite right now is Ahsoka. And I think she's just so cool, especially we see her progression in Clone Wars, and then it was exciting to see her in The Mandalorian, but you can't top what we saw in season 7 and her moves. I wish I could see myself as Ahsoka. How cool would that be? I would, wield the 2 lightsabers and just flash them around and, cut holes in the ceiling. I think that'd be amazing. But she's just a cool character, and I think she's mature beyond her years. And there's just so much about her that there is to like, and I love seeing her grow up, and I love seeing how amazing she is. So she's one of my favorites.
Is there some home renovations you were looking to do where you wanted to cut some holes in the ceiling? Maybe like a firefighter pole that can get you to different floors quicker?
Get me to my kitchen quicker so I can get food, get my drinks, my water, my seltzers. Yeah. I mean, if I had the 2 lightsabers, that's what I would do. Just cut a hole, spin around, go downstairs, get my water, and somehow float back up like she does.
Awesome. Well, while I get this box ready, which the Hasbro team has crafted a very nice display box for today. Can't wait to crack this open. Can Eric and Jing, can you tell us a bit about this program overall?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as you know, this year, 2021, we're celebrating some of the most iconic moments of Lucasfilm's history. Yeah, especially as part of this 50th anniversary here. And so this program is part of it. I mean, we've done a couple of programs throughout the year. Already we've done the prequels, the original trilogies. We've done some publishing figures recently, so I'm sure some of the fans have seen that. And Kevin, you've so generously showed in the beginning as well. But we had to do Clone Wars, right? Star Wars, the Clone Wars is just a huge part of Lucasfilm's 50th history. And it's one of the best animated series out there. It's such an iconic part of it. That's a big box, Kevin. Wow.
That's really fancy.
Good job. But yeah, so it's what this program is. It's just that nostalgic throwback of one of those iconic moments in Lucasfilm's 50th anniversary. So
Absolutely. Real quick, before we move ahead, did you guys all watch The Bad Batch today?
Yep, sure did.
I'm waiting for my kids. They have to go to school, and so
I haven't watched it yet either. So
You haven't?
No.
After this, we're actually gonna go. We're gonna watch it. So,
if at any point you just wanted to leave and you said, Kevin, I'm just gonna go watch The Bad Batch right now, I wouldn't even be offended. I saw the first 10 minutes, and then I realized that I probably shouldn't do that while I'm driving because.
You're watching while you were driving?
Yeah, and then I made the right decision. I knew that I shouldn't have my focus divided, my attention divided between
hold on. So
The Bad Batch and driving.
Who's like, I'm going to watch the first 10 minutes. It's okay, just 10 minutes while I'm driving. Who does that? Boba Fett, maybe. That's why he ends up in the Sarlacc pit.
Oh my god. Well, I realized afterwards that I shouldn't divide my attention it really wasn't safe. So I decided that I should save all my attention to the Bad Batch. It would have been dishonoring it. So I waited until later.
Smart choice.
So first up, I'm going to open up this Anakin, Clone Wars Anakin, and I gotta say I'm pretty excited about this one. What can you guys tell me, like, a little bit background of working on this figure?
Yeah, I mean, well, we had to include Anakin for very obvious reasons. So for this figure in particular, it's a realistic interpretation of that Clone Wars Anakin in his clone trooper armor. And it's one of the more iconic looks of this character. So, you know, it's something that we sorely needed in the Black Series line. We definitely wanted to get him in there. And it's also great because he looks especially striking next to some of the other clones that you have, right, that we're going to unbox today, including ARC Trooper Echo and Hawk. So I think he turned out looking great.
Do you have a recommendation on where to start on this?
Yeah, I normally try to peel off the tape as like gingerly as I can on the back, especially since you can kind of like peel that off, like kind of open that up that way. I have like a very specific way I open up like traditional Black Series boxes. There's like a piece of tape along the bottom. You can cleanly open that up. But yeah, on these, I just try to very gingerly take off the tape off the back to try to maintain the box as much as possible. Because yeah, it is such an iconic box. It's one of the ones I grew up with.
Yeah, but definitely it hits the retro spot, and this is way too nice. I kind of feel bad opening this. I think I'm just gonna leave it in box, and that's it for tonight, guys. That's okay.
I didn't know that was an option. I already hit my limit. Oh no.
No, it looks so good, right?
It does.
Eric, he's making us do the dirty work.
Oh no, mine's already out. I don't know what to do now.
I know, I already did it too.
It's no longer mint condition.
Oh dear.
Oh wow.
What about, like, I know this is like Clone Wars version of the character. Is there like a struggle finding a balance between animated character's face when there is like an actor version out there as well?
Yeah, it can be a little bit difficult. Luckily for like a character like Anakin, we do have his live action counterpart that we were able to base that likeness off of. So, as you can see here, we did kind of a mix between episode 2 and 3 because that's kind of when this is set. So we went with like slightly shorter hair than episode 3, but longer hair than episode 2, and tried to get that mix. For that character, really, we tried to nail that as much as we could, and our sculptor Tom Rigo did a really, really great job in like nailing his likeness. But yeah, it's easier for characters to have a live action counterpart. There are a lot of characters like the ones in Rebels, where they didn't necessarily have a live action counterpart, so we kind of had to work hand in hand with Lucasfilm to try to establish what that character would look like in real life. So luckily for the characters we're kind of looking at today, almost all of them have a live action counterpart that we were able to base that likeness off of. And for a character like Anakin, that helps a ton because we're able to make him feel really realistic and still fit in with the rest of the line. Because it would look a little bit strange if we had a just suddenly animated character next to all of the live action counterparts we have in the rest of the Black Series. So we tried to make sure that we have that that kind of through line with all the characters.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, because it must be weird if there's like a whole shelf of just movie characters, and then all of a sudden you have like a cartoony face popping out in the middle of your display.
Exactly. And like there's and that's what we wanted to avoid in the Black Series, is just make sure that we had make sure there's consistency across all of them, because there can be some design changes too, from like the live action clones look a little bit different than the animated clones, and we tried to make sure that whenever we do a clone from like the animation or Clone Wars, that we tried to make it look like how they did in episode 2 and 3. So like I think some of their belts are way more simplified in the animation, and we ended up, for all of the belts of the clones that you'll see today, we base those kind of belts off of their live action counterparts that we kind of have inspiration from in episode 2 and 3.
Can I take a poll from everybody, Eric, Jing, and Paul? How do you insert your personal preference, your personal style? How do you insert your lightsaber into the hand? Do you slide from the bottom of the hand, or do you kind of gently peel back the fingers to... These are the questions. These are the hard-hitting questions that most collectors are wondering. I'm a slide up person, but I'm worried about paint rub. How about you, Eric?
So for me, it kind of depends on the character. This one for me, it was pretty easy to just slide in from the top, so I normally go from like the thumb down, I slide it in that way. Some of the characters have a bit of a tighter C grip, so some of those I will kind of pry their hand open a little bit to get it in there. But yeah, for the most part, I'm more of a slide into the hand kind of a person.
Yeah, I may be unpopular here. I do usually gently open it because I like to position it just right. And so it just helps me, like, you know, I'll open it and be like, that's where I want the lightsaber to be.
Paul, are you doing it right now on your retro ones?
No, I just put them in from top down.
Are you a finger bender, or do you insert from?
I insert from the top down. I only finger bend.
Top down.
Like if the C grip is like that, I just sort of plonk them in. With Moff Gideon, I find one of the hands is generally got a better sort of size for holding grip. So I found for Grief Karga, for example, not Grief Karga, Moff Gideon, that the darksaber fit in his left hand a lot easier than his right hand. So I put the blaster in his right hand and the darksaber in his left. It was just sort of slid it in from the top down. I saw you do the bottom up technique.
Yes.
You know, the only thing with that is you sort of have to wiggle it to fit all the way up anyways, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like
from the top down.
Yeah, there's less distance to travel.
Yeah.
I feel like bottom up. Yeah, that's true. Bottom up ends up being a combination. I feel like I've also spent way too much time on this topic than it actually deserved. Yeah. Well, I'm going to move on to the next one.
Cool.
The next one is probably the most anticipated of the wave, or of this set. It is ARC Trooper Echo. Let's see. And I think, Eric, you have a copy there, Jing.
Yes, I do.
What can you tell me, like, you know, which part of this figure are you really excited about that you want, that, you know, might not come across when you first look at it, but you have a chance to tell the fans right now?
So I guess there are kind of a few things. We tried to make sure, so one thing we did when we kind of developed a brand new clone body last year, and we were able to utilize most of that clone body on this one. We tried to make sure that all the parts were kind of separate parts, so that we had really clean color breaks and really good, clean articulation too. So that's something that luckily is translated from that first clone into this one. We also tried to make sure that this character in particular was as modular as possible, just because obviously ARC Trooper Echo isn't the only ARC Trooper, so we wanted to make sure that he was as good and usable of a tool as we could get him. So yeah, there's a couple things on here. I really like how his skirt turned out in particular. We were able to get a lot of great details into that, and he also comes fully armored up with all of his weapons that he has, and we were able to take a lot of inspiration from the Vintage Collection 3-pack that we did last year. That had all the other ARC Troopers in it, so we're able to kind of use that as a base. But yeah, I guess it's just the kind of articulation and the way that we were able to make him sort of modular that I particularly like about him. Gives us a lot more freedom.
This guy, I had to mute it while I was unboxing it because I didn't want this to turn into an ASMR session. But the face sculpt, this is probably like one of my favorite face sculpts in the Black Series. It's so well done.
Yeah, the Tamora Morrison likeness was really, really good.
Yeah. And I think what's also awesome about this pack, I didn't unbox it yet because it's hard. It's hard to do that. But look at all of his accessories, his own toys, if you will. Like he just has so much to go with him. Like everything Eric said about the new clone body, making it super clean, the cleaner part breaks, improved articulation, all of that, and having like this ARC Trooper in the line for us is just amazing. And then to have all of these accessories to help pose them out with, like, that they're gonna, ARC Troopers are gonna love their weapons, and to have this arsenal with them with this removable helmet that was new is awesome.
A lot of paint detail on this armor. It looks fantastic. The elbows, they go pretty deep. I know there's a lot of collectors out there who pose figures for toy photography and whatnot. They're interested in stuff like that. So for you, that's how far up the elbows go. And this is basically almost a live review.
Yeah,
it comes with 2 pistols. Would you call these pistols?
Yeah, I think we normally call them blasters. So it's like the blaster, then the blaster rifle, and so generally we refer to them as blasters internally.
Oh wait, this is something Paul would be very familiar with in like the technical terms. Do you know what model blasters these are, Paul?
What was that?
Sorry to put you on the spot.
No, it's cool. It's cool. Is it the D7?
I do not remember off the top of my head.
D17, possibly.
Yeah, DC-17.
DC-17. Yeah.
Yep, DC-17 hand blaster.
Oh my gosh, the range, is this the range finder? I forget what this is called. This moves down as well.
Yep. Yeah, the rangefinder's articulated. He has butterfly joints, so he can really get into those dynamic poses to be able to pose them out with all of his different weapons.
Oh my
really
gosh.
get him into a good aiming pose.
This is I think this is probably the one that everyone's most excited to get from these 4.
Oh,
yeah,
pre-sales for that were off the hook. Like they were gone. Like if you took a breath, they were gone. I know I was part of all these different Facebook groups, and people were like, "They're gone," and everyone was just hitting refresh. And I know ToysRUs, they were releasing them in waves. It wasn't just like they just went blah and just dropped them all, but they would release chunks of them at a time, and people were just desperately like refreshing. That was the hottest one so far.
Yeah, and it was
on.
They kept released, like they were trying to update it throughout the day. I think that was really cool because they were responding. I mean, is there anything more Canadian than ToysRUs? like I don't know. I think it's really cool that they can own up to it, and they're like, you know what, we're putting more out now, and they were like in my eyes, they were making it right. They heard the feedback because obviously a lot of people, it was as if a million voices cried out. And then they're like, okay, we're doing something about it. Like they were being responsive. So I do appreciate that. That's pretty awesome. And I'm slightly proud of myself for working that quote in there.
Now, there was a question previously. Somebody asked me if I was a 6-inch or a 3.75-inch collector. I have more 6-inch Black Series figures than I do the 3.75. But the thing is, the vehicle sets are all 3.75.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where they get you, because I have the Falcon, I have Slave One, I have the hover tank, I have the transport troop, and I realize I don't have any figures to sort of crew them. So now I'm buying as many as I can just so I can inhabit that world there too. So,
True fan right here.
Yeah, the world building and vehicles and stuff of the 3 3/4 is really cool.
Yeah.
More creepy people. My friend CJ says, I'm right outside of your house right now. Let me in. I want to touch. CJ? Come on, buddy.
No chill.
There's a quarantine, guys.
This figure in particular was definitely the one that I was most excited about. Every single step along the way, the first time we got into samples, I was so excited for this guy. Just to be able to have an ARC Trooper in the line, and their design is so cool looking.
Yeah, I think Eric and team did a great job with this figure in particular, and like he's just very cool. Like there's little details in him that I think you can really like tell with this, and like Eric said, like the ARC Trooper in the line, it just opens so many doors for the team. And, it uses that new clone body, but there was lots of updates to make this like the ARC Trooper, like accurate to the entertainment. So, he has that pauldron, like new chest plate, like new helmet, and the helmet fits great. Like we just snapped it right on.
Yeah.
And then all of the weapons like that pack out. So it's a fun figure for sure.
This is incredible.
There actually is one detail that I kind of forgot to mention. So if you look at the front of the chest right here for this pouch, there's actually a peg on the other side so that we can actually move that. So this pouch right here is a separate part. So we tried to build that in to be able to move that pouch from one side to the other, just so that we didn't have to tool up a whole new pauldron each time, because sometimes the pouches are on different sides. So we tried to build that in the ground level so that we had that customization later. But yeah, so those pouches on his chest it's glued in on this figure, but it has the option for us to be able to move it from one side to the other.
Paul, do you miss conventions and doing cosplay and gearing up with your 501st buddies when you look at all the armor detail talk?
So much. It's the atmosphere of the con where you go there and you're just with like-minded people, and everybody's there to celebrate whatever franchise that they follow and stuff. And it's fun too, because like when you go, it's like the high holidays. You go shopping. I mean, that's the stuff that I love, is going to the different vendors and trying to track down those grails that you missed, but some vendor might have, right? So you go treasure hunting in a sense, and it's again, it's the atmosphere of like-minded people. I love it, and the cosplay is impeccable at a lot of these cons as well, and you just see the ingenuity of these people walking around and getting into character, which is so much fun too. And when you see people react to the costumes and their eyes light up and they're smiling, it's a great thrill. And I think one of the things I really love about cons, my wife mentioned this the first time she ever went to one, was the atmospheres of acceptance. There were people with differing levels of cosplay abilities to this app, but nobody cared. It was just like everybody was like, "That's so cool," and accepting and very generous. And that's what I miss a lot of, is that human interaction, that connection of, we're fans, we love this, we love that. Let's just celebrate this together. And I can't wait till we can start doing that again in the next few months.
Yeah, I definitely missed that too, and I'm just sad I didn't watch. I'm not gonna act like I've been watching Kim's Convenience since the beginning. It was only maybe a year and a half ago I started watching, I think. So I would have missed. I'm like, who's this guy? Who's everyone's taking pictures with? He's in cosplay and in all the conventions. Like, you're always really cool to take pictures with everyone. And I think that when you do that at the conventions, you're getting that back from the fans, right? You love the warmth of the community and everyone giving, it's because you're feeding into that energy and you're just giving it, you're just reciprocating it for everyone. So yeah.
Well, I mean,
I do miss that.
I do. I love it because I'm a fan of stuff too, right? So I know what it's like when you approach somebody and say, "Hey, I love what you do," and I appreciate that, and I know what it's like when you get a response from somebody whose work you admire, and so that's always my mindset is, cons are for the fans. It's all about the fans and celebrating fandom, and it's an honor and a privilege to be invited to these things. If you're a panelist or if you're going to make an appearance there, and they get paid, but at the same time, if it weren't for the fans, you wouldn't be there. And so that's why for me, it's always been about giving back. It's always been about appreciating what you've been given, because it's a gift. It really is a gift. And to have people really want to follow you and take their picture with you, it's like such an honor. And it's really a small thing to do, to just give back.
And that's why you're awesome, and that's why you're super cool to come hang out tonight. We have a super chat from one of my moderators, DK. He says, DK, I thought I made this clear. I'm not going to ask them, are there any plans? I'm not going to ask them to reveal any secrets, please. Although I will say that I would love a Carson. I say Tiva. Some people say Teva. Teva? Oh, Teva.
Teva.
Well,
Jon Favreau pronounced it as Teva.
Carson Teva. Well, now I look stupid. So long, internet. This is it for me. No, I would love him in 6-inch, because now that we have a MCU version of Shang-Chi with Simu, and that's 2 characters from Kim's Convenience, I can kit bash and make some figures into that. I'm very excited for that as well. But that's another day. Up next, I'm gonna open this Clone Pilot Hawk.
Cool.
How do you guys think this guy Clone Pilot Hawk fits in with the wave and you know how with Clone Wars in general? Eric
so
and Jing.
yeah, so for this guy in particular, we had kind of landed on Anakin and Obi-Wan first, and then we knew pretty quickly we wanted to do an ARC trooper with this, and we were trying to figure out what other character we wanted to do, and we felt like it was most appropriate to do a 501st member, so that's why we ended up going with Hawk, just kind of staying with that blue, being able to stick in with Echo, and obviously with his general Anakin. So that was kind of where we decided to go with this character, and he also has just such a different look in his helmet. It was a really iconic look and a really different look to help set him apart from all the other clones, because we end up doing a lot of Phase 1, Phase 2 clones, stuff like that. And it's nice to be able to get some variety in your clones a little bit more.
Yeah, like Eric said, he has a unique silhouette because of that, right? He just looks a little bit different, and especially like with his outfit and his helmet and everything like that, it looked great next to Anakin, especially as part of that 501st Legion. Like Eric said, you know, having Anakin in the line, then we have Echo, our Trooper Echo, and then having this Hawk, Clone Trooper Hawk in there as well is just, you know, it fills out the pack.
He's pretty awesome. There's a lot of cool detail here on the chest here on this box.
Mm-hmm.
And some weathering on the shoulder pads. Is this a new helmet sculpt?
Yeah. So the helmet is brand new. Awesome. So we definitely had some challenges with this helmet in particular, just because it kind of cuts in so much in the design. We wanted to make sure that realistically a head could fit under there. So while we were developing this head, this helmet isn't removable, but we did sculpt it in such a way that we had a head underneath there, so physically and anatomically it made sense, and that it would actually fit on a real person if the helmet were to be made.
Right.
I find that's always a challenge with any sort of pilot character, having played a couple, even for cosplaying. Like I have a TIE fighter helmet. That was my first costume, 501st, was a TIE pilot. And it's like a bobblehead. Like the helmet is so big because it's got to cover your entire face. And you've got the hoses coming out into the chest box and stuff. And it's just so much bigger than the regular, even like the TK, the regular Stormtrooper helmets. Like it's massive. And even the, for the Rebel Legion, for the Rebel X-Wing pilots, you've got that sort of bobblehead quality to it. Just even though it sits on top of your head with the mohawk and everything on it, it looks like, if you see in Empire Strikes Back, Luke running underneath the AT-AT and shooting up, it looks like a kid with a big bobblehead, and suddenly gets up. I remember seeing that in the theaters and the audience laughing because the head looks so comically big. But that's something that it's great to hear that you're taking into consideration when you're making these sculpts, because a lot of times I think some of the old toys the helmet would be the same size as a regular head, which meant if you took it off, the head would be the size of a pea.
Yeah.
So you to find that balance, and that looks spot on. I mean, that looks fantastic.
I mean, look at this. This is with helmet on.
Yeah.
Right? And I think the proportions don't look bobbleheady at all.
Yeah, and yeah, I like we definitely work really, really closely with Lucasfilm, and that's something that not only we do, but like kind of Lucasfilm asks us to do too, is just make sure that like it makes sense. And that those are some of the design changes we sometimes have to make where we in animation you don't have to worry about it quite as much like physically fitting on someone. So there are definitely some liberties that we take when translating from animation into quote unquote the live action version of the Black Series. But yeah, it's like when we were getting this thing approved, we had a ghosted in head just to show like, okay, this is how it would fit in there. And yeah, I've kind of noticed that too with some of the other helmets I've seen. Whenever we have Black Series roleplay helmets, we always have like a test fitting on various head sizes to see like, is this thing too big or anything? So
these guys look so good together. This is insane. I love it. MCU Collector, thank you for the super chat. He says, proud Korean. And I think that's a Korean flag emoji. I can't see it on my screen. And also, yes, thank you for watching. Great dude, MCU Collector. Last but not least, this is I've saved this one for the last because it is my favorite character, and might not be everyone's favorite character, but it's my favorite character, and I'm always happy to get another version of Obi-Wan. I just really quick the other day I made a video because I was just posting a video of this guy, and just as a joke, I'm like, oh, this is sweet. And I put it down, and then right behind it, I revealed that I have the 3.75 inch here. And then as a joke, I threw it into my garbage bin that was right next to the desk as a joke. Because obviously it's still here. Today was garbage day. I remembered to take it out. But I was getting a lot of flack from some people. And it's cool to see that people are so passionate about 3 3/4. So like, I personally don't collect it. I know, Paul, you said earlier you have a lot of them, right?
I'm starting to collect.
Should I have been more aware of this? Because there were people who were like, they were like, oh, 3.75 walked first, so 6-inch could run and all these things. Like I had made like a attack on their religion, and I get it. Star Wars is a religion, kind of. Toy collecting could be too, but I had no idea that there would be people who took offense to that. So for guys, it's just a joke. It's just a video. Okay, but
Yeah,
I appreciate
Kevin,
it.
I'm sure you took it out, you dusted it off, you cleaned it, you wiped it down, gave it a kiss, put it back. Like, I'm sure all of that happened behind the scenes.
This is what happened. I took it back out. I was like, I'm sorry, I'll never do that again. I had to do it for the views, and then I put him back in. No, I'm kidding. I really like this one though. This was like I said, Obi-Wan's my favorite character. I have like 2 Obi-Wan specific dedicated shelves. It was really cool to see I really like that one because they had the helmet and all that stuff too. And I did a comparison. I looked at some old pictures of the packaging compared to this one, and it was really cool to see them side by side. But I'm going to open this back up as I change this window. So after the super chat says, how about a Rex Black Series helmet? Again, I'm not going to... You guys don't need to answer that. You don't have to answer that at all. But I will say that would be an amazing helmet. What was the one announced today? It was a...
Death Trooper. Death Watch.
Death
Mandalorian.
Watch helmet. Very
Death
cool.
Watch.
Paul, are you going to be adding that one to the collection?
Yes.
the Death Watch Mando has such a cool design and colors. I I love the design of those. Really, just any Mando helmet.
Yeah. Is it a new sculpt?
Uh,
Going to be a new sculpt?
I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I did not personally work on that one.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like on the outside looking in on that.
Okay.
So
Because
that one, yeah.
the Mando
It's not.
helmet is smaller than the Boba Fett one, which is great. I mean, it's thinner
Mhm.
in terms of the profile, so that's great. Because that's the one thing. It's like you just don't want a repaint of an existing sort of line. Although I'm still gonna buy it. But it's so that's really cool too. Like I haven't seen actually this is the first I'd heard that you're going to be releasing the Death Watch helmet, which is very
Yeah, I mean, the good thing about that one is the details that the team put into it for sure. It's actually detailed after the helmet of the trooper that's specifically saved Din Djarin in those flashback scenes of episode 1. So it has those same scratch details and the same, color scheme as that. So the team definitely just puts a lot of thought into everything that we do.
Well, the Boba Fett 40th anniversary one, you guys knocked it out of the park in terms of the detailing and the weathering and even the inside of the helmet, just beautifully done.
I remember seeing like the deco sheet and the early models of that. And it is mind-boggling to me how much detail they got onto that. And I wouldn't even know where to begin on something like that. It has so many layers and like color on top of color on top of color. There's a lot going on that helmet.
And for that price point too, I mean, I saw people doing a side-by-side comparison to an EFX helmet, which is way more. But you looked at it and it was comparable. I mean, that's something I think that's really, really cool for any collector who's starting off. Even it is just you have something that is of that high detail and quality at that price point, which is great. Because it's like when I started off too, it was like I was looking at some of the helmets. It was like that's like $600-700 for a helmet. I can't afford that. But then when you see the Black Series come out and that. Like it has grown so much in terms of where it began and where it's at right now in terms of the quality of craftsmanship, the paint schemes, everything on it. It's just been improving every year, which has been fantastic. And I'm a part of a Facebook group, and it's a Black Series collectors group, and it's such a great point of interest in people starting their collections with these helmets because they're gorgeous. They're absolutely, and if you want to role play in them too, they're fantastic for that as well. I mean, my kids play with the helmets that I have too, right? And that's part of the joy is you can display it, or you can actually use it for cosplay.
Right.
That's a win-win.
My daughter puts on the my Poe Dameron helmet, and she pretends to be a Tim Hortons attendant because she always hears us order coffee from the car. She's like, "Do you want a double?" So that's what it's used for at my house. We have a super chat very cryptic super chat from a Will London. Thank you very much. He says, "Tell Eric that Will says hi. He'll know what that means."
That's one of my high school friends.
It seems like an inside joke there.
Hey, Will.
Jimmy, I have a quick question for you. Did you think that today we would have Paul on the stream? Was that a surprise? And was it also, how do you feel about him praising some of these products that you're involved with? How do you feel so far?
I mean, yeah, it is definitely a surprise. And it was great. Like I didn't expect him to go and do the actual unboxing of the retro figures and then have him tell us, that we're doing a good job and that we, are fulfilling some of those needs and wants of the fan community. It's just so great to hear. I take that as a company, it's a great compliment, but even personally, just knowing that, that's what we're here to do, right? Is to help build that fandom and help build that community and help build that creativity and everything along those lines. And especially if there are figures that the team and the fans and everyone thinks are great to create, it's just good to hear. So thank you, Paul, for sharing all of that, for sure.
Sorry to put you on the spot there. I just really wanted to get your thoughts, and I'll just not make you the big window anymore.
Oh dear.
Real quick, we are at over 200 likes. Thank you so much. I want to do another giveaway real quick. Hope you guys stay on, and then I'll do the big one at the end, and I won't keep these awesome guests any longer than I need to. Let's get rid of the hand cam. Oh, that's a weird one. This is a professional show. Here we go. The trivia this time. There's gonna be 2 winners. If you are the winner, let me know, or one of my moderators will let me know, and I'll shout you out. You can message me later. I hope you have Instagram, because you can message me on Instagram, or tell me what your Instagram name is, and I'll message you. 2 winners, because it's a 2-part question. You have to have both. You have to have both. Let me let the mods know the answer. I hope I don't say it out loud by accident. After I type go, everyone get ready. Are we ready? You don't have to Google this, because you had to have been watching in order for your chance to win this. You have to get both names. After I type go, you're going to type the answer. Who are Eric's 2 favorite characters from the Star Wars? Spelling is... I can be lenient on spelling. And the winner, there's going to be 2 winners. You got to know what you want to win. It's going to be a set of the mission fleet with IG-11 and the child on the... This is the Imperial Swoop speeder bike. So the chat's going to do that. I'm going to take this off the screen. 2 winners. Moderators, thank you, gentlemen. Remove this. And back to the toys. Thank you guys for... I know you're used to a much more professional and high-level, higher manpower type of show, especially going from this morning, literally morning, night, and night and day, from that stream to here. Thank you for bearing with me, and I will definitely thank you all once again at the end, because you guys are awesome. Oh, here we go.
No, this has been great. This has been very, very smooth. Gone very well.
Thank you. I know you were contractually obligated to say that. All right. So next is my favorite. Yes, I already spoke about how I wronged so many people with regards to my Obi-Wan 3.75. I am truly... I did not know. I was very ignorant of that whole world. So Clone Wars Obi-Wan, we previously got a version with almost like a full clone armor. This one is more accurate to the Clone Wars cartoon. Can you guys speak a little bit on this figure, what you want to highlight for everyone?
Yeah. So I can start. So yeah, that previous figure that we did, I believe, we did it kind of based off of the 2D animated Clone Wars. So that's him in his like full armor, and then in the Clone Wars kind of CG animation, he had a slightly different look, and that was something we really wanted to capture here, especially with season 7 just wrapping up. We wanted to make sure that we kind of paid homage to the Clone Wars as that series wrapped up, and then as we went into the Bad Batch. But yeah, so this character, we did end up utilizing the arms and head from that previous character, but we did update a lot on this character to make him look accurate to his animated counterpart. So he has new thighs, he has new kind of chest armor, obviously, as you can see here. So he has a lot more detail, and I really like the kind of contrast between Obi-Wan and Anakin, between the all white armor of Obi-Wan and the kind of darker tones with Anakin. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I was going to say. Like, when you put the 2 of them together, like, obviously there's a story to be told with Anakin and Obi-Wan. That's why it's so great to have the 2 of them as like the figure packed together. And then, that contrast, like foreboding, that contrast of the 2 of them together, like looking side by side, Mentor and Anakin as his Padawan. It's just like amazing to see the 2 of them together.
What's the process like? Like these characters with the longer robes. What do you guys? How do you guys kind of figure out, or what do you guys prefer? Soft goods, or this plastic one with the? I like that there's the slit here. You can move the legs out and get more poses and move it forward.
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends. I think there's like pros to either option. I'm sure some people like soft goods better and others like plastic better. I think certain execution just lends itself better to one form versus the other. If they have shorter robes or shorter capes, like the plastic just looks better because you have more control over how the piece falls and how it looks.
Right.
On the figure itself, because if you do it, in soft goods at that shorter length, it just billows out in ways that just don't really look really realistic. But for figures that have like the longer capes or the longer robes, soft goods can also be good because it's a plus in the sense that it helps with the posability of the figure. But again, like PVC can help with just more control over how everything falls and how the figure looks itself. So I think it really depends figure by figure, and it's a different preference by different fans.
Nice. My mods let me know the two winners who answered correctly first are Snappin' Plastic and Damond Chen. So could you please, if you are the winners, congratulations, first of all, winner of a Star Wars Mission Fleet IG-11 with child. Sounds like he's pregnant. With child on speeder bike, but is with the Grogu in the carry sack. I'm running out of names for that thing, but yes, please write your Instagram handle here. The mods are going to catch it. I will message you for your details later. Thank you very much. And I noticed Obi-Wan here, like in terms of the hands, it's kind of like two open hands. It'd be great if we can get some alternate hands as well for some characters. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah. So at least when it comes to hands, whenever we have the opportunity to sculpt up new hands for characters, we always try to make sure that we not only improve it each time we go to revisit it, but also make sure that they're appropriate for that character. Generally speaking, we try to have, even on Jedi characters, we try to have that right hand be a trigger finger, and we try to have the left hand be kind of the more traditional C grip. Even though he can hold it in both the saber in both hands, we wanted to be able to give that freedom to put a blaster in the hand if you want to, and have it be appropriate for that character. But yeah, whenever we develop a character, we try to make sure that whatever hands we include makes sense for that character. And obviously we don't necessarily want two trigger fingers on a Jedi character.
Right.
So yeah, that's something that every time that we do revisit a character or sculpt up a new character kind of from scratch, that we always try to pay extra close attention to the hands, because there's nothing more frustrating than not being able to get the character to hold the accessories well. So that's a particular point of interest for us while we're kind of looking at the figure itself, to make sure that we get that right. Because otherwise, yeah, it can be kind of a pain if it's not going together well.
Awesome. I mean, guys, for people in the chat or people who are watching, look at this portrait. This is awesome.
It's like a little Ewan McGregor staring deep into my soul. Like that's I mean, I love the beard. I love the look. That's a great sculpt. I'm just marveling at how detailed it is.
Yeah, our sculpting team absolutely hit it out of the park with these. So yeah, we have a sculptor, Tom Rigo, who does the Black Series sculpts.
Great job, Tom.
And he does such a great job on these. And not only that, so his sculpts have always been fantastic. And then ever since we started doing the digital deco, where we kind of do the photoreal digital deco on the face, that has just helped to elevate his sculpt even further. Because, at least for a while there, when we were doing more traditional painting for the face, it almost detracted from the sculpt. And it would take something that, when it was all gray, looked a lot like the actor, and then once we put the paint on, it didn't look like the actor as much anymore. But now we're able to get really, really high resolution digital printing on the faces to make them look exactly like the actor, which is huge.
Look at this, and I'm thinking back to the original, the first Obi-Wan figure, and he's looking at me from the shelf right now. The advancements are insane. Like this is fantastic stuff. Look at them side by side.
Yeah, the photoreal deco really does wonders for these figures.
It helps to elevate them so much, because there are so many times when I first started where we'd see something come in and it just wasn't hitting the mark quite that we wanted. But with this innovation, with this kind of upgrade to the characters, it was just night and day. The first time we saw a sample of this, it was huge.
Are you guys excited for his new show, his own show coming up? I am. I answered the question for you first, but
I am extremely excited. I could not have been more excited to hear that Ewan McGregor was coming back.
It's so perfect. The right amount of time has passed. He's aged. Paul, are you excited for Obi-Wan?
Yeah, absolutely. My good friend Deb Chow is leading that show. She's directing it.
Yes.
And it's so odd that a couple of kids from Toronto. I mean, she obviously is doing more on in the universe than I am, but it's just like the fact that we were connected, working at a small theater company in Toronto, and then you flash forward 25 years, and there she is at the helm of Obi-Wan. Just incredible.
I can't wait. Jing, how about yourself?
Oh, I'm not excited at all. Come on, like who isn't excited? I think, everyone is hearing about this show. Everyone is so excited to see like the talent that we have coming back and the talent behind the scenes, like the continuation of the history and the story behind it. Like we can't wait to see what is going to come into for Disney Plus for the show. And every news that we get from Lucasfilm is always so exciting, and it's so like it invigorates the team. Like every time we hear something, we're like, "Oh, did you see the cast that got it? Did you see who is coming back?" So I mean, I have to say, like all fans, I'm sure are going to be tuning into the show, and I think we're all super excited here at Hasbro to see more, and to hear more. So.
Yeah, I think, and what I'm most excited about is more merch, more Obi-Wan merch, because I have so much space here. That's not true. You can see, well, I showed it earlier. I had the 3.75 Obi-Wan with the clone armor, and what was really cool about this line back then was there were a lot of Jedi as well from Clone Wars, who also had like not just your regular Jedi clothes, but like more show accurate, where they had Clone Wars armor on top. Are you guys any plans? I guess I'm violating my own question, but can we expect more of those variations?
I mean, I would say these figures are great, right? So we love hearing the reaction to it. I think they're super unique. It'd be great to get more of them out there. There's not currently any planned, but we like to hear the reaction. We like to see the interest and the demand, and it just helps us understand what the fans want. So,
and we do go online and read comments about what characters people would want us to do. So those are always things we go to look at online to see what's in demand. We'll go onto the subreddits and look at all the fan demands of what characters they want. So if there are characters that you want, absolutely comment them, and we will do our best to try to look at the comments and see what we can make happen.
I have a question actually about the process of beginning a new character. Say, from beginning to end, what's the average timeline on that? And the process I goes through, because I remember for season 1 of Mando, when I was on it, they brought me. I had no idea what was going on, but they brought me into this trailer that had like 150 cameras, and they did that sort of 3D body thing
Mhm.
and stuff like that. So I know they when they bring actors in, just I think as a matter of course they will just do that just in case. But what's the process like in terms of and the timeline from when a character they decide to make an action figure out of a certain character? Um,
So, and I actually think I saw those scans of you. So we did. I think we did see those scans. Like it came in like a big asset dump that we got from season 1, and
there's
we
a
were.
big ass in it for sure.
Can we get a can we put the soundbite for a big asset dump? Thank you, Mod.
Oh no, I didn't even realize what I said. Okay, well, that was unfortunate phrasing. So sorry about that.
Those are all real words and not just taken out of context.
Yeah, individually, all the words are fine. I guess strung together was less than ideal. But yeah, so generally what happens is we will get like we'll meet with the creators, we'll meet with Lucasfilm, we'll talk about the show and kind of what the plot is, what the characters are, which ones we specifically should go after, which ones are the ones that are going to be either action oriented or kind of some of the heavy hitters, especially for those first outs. It normally starts with us getting those scans you talked about. Normally we get in full resolution scans of like every single angle of the character. And we normally get that in for a lot of characters. It's just they throw everything at us, and it's kind of up to us to kind of come up with a menu list of like, we would like to do this, and this. And we work really close with Lucasfilm to kind of establish which ones are most appropriate. From beginning to end, it's probably about a year and a half from the time that we start a figure to the time that it is shipping and on shelf. So there's a lot of development in between. So there's a lot of stages that we have to go through for approvals for sending not only to Lucasfilm, but just internal approvals that each and every figure has to go through to be able to maintain not only the quality and the accuracy to the character, but just making sure that we're doing the character justice.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's generally about a year and a half, depending on when we get in assets. So when we get in the reference for the characters. So
I think I can see Paul, as he's listening to you respond, he's calculating. So I was scanned, and this month, a year and a half.
A year and a half.
Paul, I was doing the same thing.
No, honestly, I was thinking about the Mandalorian waves that were released, and the pre-Beskar one, and how those just like gone in like the an eye again, and same with the heavy Mando, obviously, and then when the Beskar Mandalorian came out in the next wave too. So it's just like, I mean, obviously those were planned, and we're just trying to think of the timeline of all that. And so when season 2 of Mandalorian, when those figures are going to start dropping, and what they're going to look like as well, it's just, I think that's really neat. Because I don't think a lot of people know how much work actually goes into developing and creating and getting it right, and then and finally approving it and getting it out there. Because they just think it's like some sort of big factory that just sort of, you just enter a few numbers in and boom, and it just sort of crank them out. And I think the level of detail that has to be paid attention to is phenomenal.
As you can see on these.
Yeah. And then when you get it right, it's just like, holy crap, believe that? Like, look at that. Like, people all day today have been losing their minds over the pre-order. And these are pre-orders. Like, they haven't even shipped yet. And so to be able to see an up-close version of that, little mini Ewan McGregor's right there, and the luscious beard and the great hair. I mean, that's incredible. That's incredible. So I was just curious for myself in terms of what the timelines, like how from beginning to end, what that process is like, because you have prototypes as well, right? Like you crank up the prototypes and you get notes on that, and you make corrections or not corrections, but you make little adjustments, you fine tune it, and then from everything to the sculpt to the final paint job, to even packaging, because how do you decide? Well, I saw online the Black Series, you're They're playing with trying to reduce the packaging for them and having less plastic in there, which I think is very commendable as well. But it's like, how do you go? Do you go windowless, where it's just a box? Do you have a small window so people don't swap out the figures and you can see what it looks like when you buy? Like, there's all these conversations that you see online of people having in these forums talking about, just something like repackaging the Black Series line, which is really cool. And so I was just, for my own sake, I was just curious as to what that process is, because I think that's something that you could do like a how it's made episode on, where you just see it from beginning to end.
Yeah, there's a shocking amount of work that goes into each and every figure. I don't think there's a single figure that we are revealing today that we did not have some sort of sit-down meeting about each individual figure to be like, okay, we got to figure this out about this character. And I think every figure has roughly like 7 or 8 different check-ins, not only with like us internally, but with Lucasfilm, that we have to like send it off to Lucasfilm to be like, okay, we're still happy with the direction this is going in. It starts off as a concept. We'll send that in, and that'll be the first proposal of the character. Then we'll go to sculpt and deco. Then after we get deco approved, then we start going to actual prototyping. And we'll get in just a complete gray model. Then we'll get our first painted model. Then it'll be it in the package all together as one. So it'll basically look like what we unboxed today, and we'll review that to make sure that everything is where it should be. And then after that, we get to the final production and we approve it. And that's normally about 1.5 years from beginning to end.
Yeah. And I would say, like, Paul, to your point, it's not like factors cranking this out per se. There is definitely a lot of like human effort and expertise and, creativity that goes into it, on both the Hasbro side and the fact that we partner so closely with Lucasfilm, and, they give us so much guidance from that perspective as well. So I think there's a lot of, you can see the effort that the team puts into it, and you can see, having that great partnership that we do with Lucasfilm, bringing these figures into life to, like Eric said, from the sculpt to the deco to, the way these figures move to the overall packaging to the pack out, the whole process, the whole package is something that we work very closely and have many, many eyes on.
Awesome.
Shows.
We have MC with the super chat. Thank you. He says, wow, I'm going to try and read it more in character. Wow, the face on Obi-Wan is different from the previous Commander Obi-Wan. Did I read that right? Yes. And well defined. Thank you, MC, for the super chat. I think that how I interpreted your message is kind of how I feel about this face sculpt as well. And another comment to highlight. I don't know where it went. Bjorn is still here. Thank you for watching. He says, Kevin, Paul, and Hasbro peeps, just wondering, what is your favorite quote from Star Wars in general, and who is it from? Jing, while your window is large. And don't feel the pressure to have it quoted verbatim. But, the entire fan base is watching. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I would say this is super cheesy of me, but like this actually came up recently and I thought it was so iconic, and I was actually looking for some stuff around it, some wares that I could buy. But the quote where Leia says, "I love you," and then Han says, "I know." I think for me that was like one of the moments from the original trilogy where we're like, okay, there's sass, there's personality there. So I just remember it nostalgically, and I think that for me it just stuck in my head.
Sweet. I have a T-shirt of that scene, but it's in Spanish, and it says "Te amo," and then I think Han says, "Is correct? Yo sé?" Or I know, I guess. Yeah, that's the extent of my Spanish. But yeah, that's awesome classic line. Eric, how about you?
I think also kind of going into the like kind of sassy route. I love in the first Star Wars when Han says, when he kind of picks up the comm and says, "We're fine. We're all fine here. No, thank you. Like, how are you?" And at least like every time I hear it, it just kind of catches me off guard, and I always think it's so funny. Just the delivery of the line and kind of almost how out of place it feels, but also very in character for Han Solo. That's probably one of my favorites.
I think that's another great one. I forget, was that line improvised? I don't know if he did that.
It seems like an improvise.
It doesn't seem very Star Warsian. Paul, how about yourself? And no Carson Teva quotes, please.
No, well, there's so many that I use just on a given any circumstance, right? Like any given circumstance. Big one is impressive, most impressive. You know, when Luke jumps out of the carbon freezing chamber,
yes,
he makes it all too easy. Like I do that with my kids. It's like I push them down
all day with the kids.
Impressive.
They'll get impressive. Here They Come is another big one, or I've Got a Bad Feeling About This, are ones that I just that are just I love it because they're in every single Star Wars movie.
Mm-hmm.
Those lines from there. So those are kind of my favorites, just the ones that are just little throwaways that you can use in everyday life.
Yeah, and we use them a shocking amount. Like I'll accidentally say I'm in a meeting, and luckily I'm in one of the few jobs where it's like actually encouraged to say those kind of lines in a meeting, and no one will bat an eye at it.
That's very true. I've never thought of it that way.
Yeah, just be in a meeting and just be like, I have spoken, and then walk away.
Oh, you in a meeting with that thing? With that mic prop?
I have spoken. No, but it's totally appropriate, you know, in our world, again, like Eric said. So.
Oh man, that's so true. Because then no one's gonna be like, nerd. Like, this is your job, man. Like, we have to know this.
We'll still get called nerds, but then it's like the pot calling kettle black a little bit.
We're all proud. We all love Star Wars here. I think it's a group of like-minded individuals. So.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 100%. Following along, my friend Ben, what's going on with this super sticker? I don't know why it doesn't show on the screen, but I appreciate you, bro. Thanks for coming out and watching. I don't even know if he's into Star Wars, but he's a good. Oh, my favorite line obviously is "Hello there." It's the introduction of like all my unboxing videos. And obviously you can slip it in without raising any alarms of being called nerd. But instead of saying you played yourself, I like to use Obi-Wan's "You have done that yourself." That's when he says it. But basically that whole part at the end of 3 when he's talking to Anakin, all of that is very cool
gold
and emotional. John, what's going on? He says, what is one figure from episode 1 you'd like to see that hasn't been made yet? Personal preference. Doesn't have to be. And I think this is going to be the last open Q&A. I know you guys are super, super busy with everything, and I do appreciate your time. That you would like to see as your own preference. No, and if it's too close to something, you don't have to answer.
For me, like just growing up, one of my favorite characters from episode 1 was Sebulba. I love his design. I thought he looked so cool, and the fact he walked on his hands and used his feet. So from just a personal standpoint, Sebulba would probably be kind of top of the list for me.
Sweet. Jing?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think which of those that like I haven't gotten that would be awesome to have. Yeah, I think, I don't think we've. Do
you want me to come back to you? I can ask Paul. I know Paul's ready.
Oh, no, I mean, Paul, go for it.
I'm not. Sebulba got taken. Did they do one of Watto?
No.
No, it's
no. Yeah, not yet.
I love for a while just dropping that Nubian and just talking in that voice, and people going, "What the hell are you doing?" So, I think Watto would have been a fun one to do, just because he flies. He's got the little wings. It's sort of like, how does that happen? It's like, how a bee is supposed to be. It's physically impossible for a bee to be able to fly. It's the same thing I feel.
So yeah, his proportions are a little bit wrong.
Yeah. I think the aliens are always so fun. I mean, personally, I think we've done this, but I don't have this figure myself, so I think that's maybe just a plan for myself to get the young Anakin too. And I think part of
I agree.
I think that would be super, super fun to have like posed out downstairs. I actually have I almost have like this cantina bar in my basement, so it's just deck it out in Star Wars items. And I think that'd be super cool to have.
Awesome.
Well,
That's
that was
cool.
a great preview poster that they had. I remember the teaser poster. It was of Jake Lloyd as young Anakin, and he's outside of this. He's on Tatooine, and the shadow that's cast is in the shape of Vader.
That is such a cool poster.
Yeah, it's a great poster. So I thought they had already made a little Annie.
I think in Black Series we
there is.
in 3 3/4 there is, and then in Black Series we actually haven't done that one yet.
Yes.
So
get like a little Anakin with a Watto packed together.
that would actually be a great 2-pack, and Anakin and Watto. That would be good.
Okay, and well, last thing that I wanted to comment on, and again, I might have probably gone over in time. I do apologize, but this packaging, I think that's part of what makes everyone very excited for this wave. It's very nostalgic. I think you guys did a great job recreating the original packaging. But will these characters be released in like the regular wave? I don't have any boxes around me right now, surprisingly.
Yeah, the Black Series collection line look. I mean, I would say this packaging is.
There he is.
There it is. This packaging, I mean, I agree. Like, this packaging is super cool. It's very nostalgic. And like, again, it was a great way to celebrate that Lucasfilm's 50th anniversary and celebrate Clone Wars as part of that anniversary. So, you know, we've seen it before in the 3 3/4 inch scale. We're bringing it back in the 6-inch scale. And it was a great culmination of this moment with the Clone Wars figures. In terms of bringing it back in the regular Black Series collection baseline look, we don't currently have plans to do that. Again, these figures are meant for this celebration. Again, you know, you never know what the future holds for us, and it's always good to hear from fans like what they want or what they like. But like, yeah, for right now, the 50th anniversary celebration of these figures in this packaging, and I think that overall program is something that we're glad to see that fans have really taken a liking to.
Yeah, it's it definitely hits me right in the nostalgia. And considering how great the packaging is, are there any plans to release more with this packaging, or is it just this event?
Yeah, I mean, get them while you can. This is again to celebrate the 50th anniversary, specifically around those iconic moments, and Clone Wars is part of that. So this is that beat. So these 4 figures is what we're gonna do in terms of this specific packaging. We'll have more 50th celebrations throughout the year for sure, but it's just great to see the fan reaction that they like this packaging, and you know, it gives us inspiration and gives us guidance for the future. But no additional figures in the plans for this, and I think this is a great way to celebrate Clone Wars.
Yes, absolutely, and I think it's been executed brilliantly.
Thank you.
Yes, Johnny Number Cinco, thank you for the super chat. He says, "Happy May 4th, everyone. Happy May 4th to you, man. And thank you to whoever made the Black Series Aura Sing happen." Yes. Thank you to whoever, and if it's not one of you two, please do pass that along.
I think it was us.
Okay, there you go.
It was us on the art thing.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome. That was a really fun figure to do. She was just so different looking and unique. It's cool to have like a just alien bounty hunter. She's just really cool.
Yeah, I think Eric revealed that figure actually. So Hasbro Plus Fan Fest. But thank you for having us. I think this was fun.
No, absolutely. Thank you. Sorry, go ahead.
No. I was going to say, especially as, you know, I was going to thank Paul, but thank you, Paul. And thank you, Kevin. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. And I think it was great to celebrate, you know, Toys R Us and having these figures, and then also parting of another celebration of Lucasfilm's 50th anniversary and Clone Wars. And it was great to unbox something.
It was.
Was it different, like as opposed to your usual stream, and then like you get to unbox something and handle it at the same time?
Yeah, we haven't done on the Hasbro side like the live streams where we unbox it. We usually have it unboxed and we show folks. But it's just good to see the reaction from what you guys think as because Eric and I like we've said, we are so close with these figures that we see them so much, and we obviously from a design perspective created it, so it's just interesting to have it like unboxed fresh the first time and seeing everyone's reaction to it.
Absolutely. So all of the stuff shown today, and I'm trying to add this here. I think it was really cool, the initiative for Toys R Us to not just to put my logo there, but to also create like a fan site for Star Wars Day, to have a dedicated spot for these figures. Because you don't want to. Sometimes you're just wondering. You have to search the right name and all that stuff. I know it seems really like first world problems, but it's all here for collectors. The publishing series, the snacking Grogu, most of the stuff that we showed today, and it was really cool to see. Like they had activities, like coloring pages and activities and recipes. Which I don't know if there's a recipe for blue milk, but I'm gonna check that out later. So I think it's a really great initiative. So I want to thank you guys, True, Hasbro, Jing, Eric, for coming on. I don't want to take up any more of your time because I know it's been going on a while. And I do have, for people who are sticking around, I am going to be giving away this set of the 4 publishing figures with one more trivia. Jing and Paul, did you want to stay on, or this is the opportunity to go and go watch The Bad Batch?
Yeah, there was a bit of a commotion. Sorry, that's why I had to leave.
Oh, it's all good.
Everyone's getting restless. It's like, it's school tomorrow. We gotta watch this. So
yes. Oh, please. I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
No, thank you. Like you didn't have to do this today, but I just figured I asked because you were like, you're part of Star Wars, and I just wanted to make a cooler thing for everyone to sit down and watch. So as you're kind as always. So thank you very much for being here, and Jing and Eric as well.
Thank you. This was a treat. I mean, honestly, this is such a treat for me to do. So don't thank me. It's like I'll jump on, talk about toys and Star Wars, and open some cool stuff. It's a joy. So thank you.
Let's. I hope we can do something again like this in the future, near future, far future. We're all going to be home. Hopefully not for too long. But I sincerely thank you so much for being here.
Eric and Jing, it was so nice to meet the two of you. Congratulations. You knocked it out of the ballpark. Here's some many more awesome Black Series figures.
Aw, thank you very so much. Yeah, that's so sweet. And happy May the 4th, everyone. It was great to end the day this way.
Yeah, thank you very much. I really appreciate it, and it means a lot to us. So thank you, and happy May the 4th to you guys too.
Awesome.
Right on.
Bye.
See you.
Thanks for joining. Oh, there we go. Do you guys want? I'll just boot you. Bye. Thank you. Bye.
See you, buddy.
Oh, all right. That was crazy. So guys, if you're still here, there's no need to leave yet. We are doing one more giveaway. And I want to thank Jing and Eric from Hasbro, and there's a lot of people behind the scenes working on this event. Thank you for this opportunity. Yeah, I just want to say all my thank yous first before I do the giveaway, so that like it's not like everyone bails and you don't hear my thank you, because I am really appreciative. Another thing that I want to say thank you for is for everyone watching. You may be new here, you may have been watching for a while, you may be part of the Butter Nation, and you guys, I always love every week chatting with everyone and opening new toys. But without people watching, like I wouldn't have been put into this position to like have this opportunity. And I'm really appreciative. Thank you for everyone who believes in this. And I'm definitely going to keep it going. And yeah, let's say we give away another set of toys. Man, mods, are you guys ready? I'm just trying to take this. This is one of those things where they say like, "Oh, live in the moment," and then, but like, no, I can only appreciate this later when it's done. Again, thank you, Derek. Thank you, Troy. Thank you, Jack. Make sure you are. Make sure you go check out the Toys R Us website afterwards in Canada. In the US, guys, you keep asking, and I really don't have the answer for what's happening in the US with Target and whatnot. So Yoko is in the chat. Make sure you check out her stream later tonight on Twitch. Livin' La Vida Yoko. I am on Instagram at toyingaround. Twitter is at I'm toying around. The question for the winning, for the giveaway. Oh, yes. Enablers episode this Thursday of Unboxing Thursdays with the Enablers this Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. The next and final giveaway prize is a set of the 4 publishing figures. This is the Lucasfilm 50th Lucasfilm Anniversary Black Series Darth Maul Sith Apprentice. Carner Jax. Look at this box art. I'm so glad you can put these back in the box because it would be heartbreaking to unbox these. Luke with the Heir to the Empire cover. This is, I've never known how to say this word. It's like, is the Y silent? But it's those creatures that dampen your force powers. And of course, Jackson. So the giveaway is for all 4 of these. Again, if you are the winner, shout out your Instagram handle once I let you know who the winner is, and I will contact you there. My mods will pick it up. After I type go, please answer this question. And since Echo was one of the characters in here, I wanted to find an Echo related question, but the question was Echo and the team go to the Citadel to, and spelling is important. Spelling has to be accurate. After I type go, they go to the Citadel to rescue which Jedi? Go. How's everyone doing? Where's everyone from tonight? Is there a lot of Canadian people representing? I think the chat is catching up with the... Let's see. We got some answers coming in finally. Eric, did you want to come back on? He's like, I'm going to leave now. Did you not leave, or would you like to hang? I think you're muted, my friend.
Okay, there we go. Am I working now?
Yeah.
Cool.
No, I saw you were still. I don't know if you wanted to hang out and watch the rest of the thing, or did you want me to just let you go again?
Oh, it's all good. I was just kind of still watching. I was just watching the stream, wanted to see how it was still going. So it's up to you.
All right, I'll leave you here, and then if you want to leave, you can hit the X. And we've already said our goodbyes formally, so I won't be mad. Do you know the answer to the question?
What was the question for this one?
Echo and the squad go to the Citadel to rescue which Jedi Master?
I cannot remember off the top of my head. It's right there on the tip of my tongue, and I can't get it.
I had to rewatch a whole bunch of stuff. I was actually doing homework for this, like for the characters. But the answer is Jedi Master Evan Peel.
Evan Peel. Okay.
And I believe the prize goes to Captain Rex. Oh, appropriately, Captain Rex 1357. Congratulations. Please let me know what your Instagram handle is. I will get this set. You are the proud owner, soon to be, of this set of publishing figures. Like, how did you read a lot of these books, Eric? Any of these books?
I read Heir to the Empire really recently, so those were like the Isalamiri. I think that's how you pronounce it. I think it's pronounced differently in like every single time I've heard it, but that was one that I like wanted to get into that pack in particular, just because it plays such a huge role in obviously that whole trilogy. So it was just kind of a cool Legends character and creature to be able to get in there.
Yeah, I think was that previously available in the Thrawn deluxe box, I think.
No, so that one was, I think, just a statue. So I think the Thrawn one was based off of his Rebels appearance. So this is actually the first time we've had like the true Isalamiri in the Black Series. So that is the first time we've sculpted up that creature. We had like kind of a statue version of him in the Thrawn pack, but they never like truly appeared in there. They were kind of just, there is an homage paid to them in the series, and that's what we did in the Thrawn pack. But we did sculpt the lizard to be able to wrap around Thrawn's neck, so we specifically sculpted him to be able to fit around Thrawn. So if you do have a Thrawn, that will fit perfectly around his neck.
Right. Yeah, I can see the sculpt looks pretty cool. You kind of wear it like a mink coat, fur coat or something.
Yeah, a lot of the artwork and like some of the comics and stuff show him with it kind of like wrapped around him as he's trying to protect himself from the other Force users. So, yeah, that was something that we wanted to make sure that we kind of got that. So that was the Heir of the Empire pack in particular is more a homage to like the series, because obviously Luke can't really interact directly with the Isalamiri, but we wanted to have that in there because it plays such a crucial role to the whole series.
Sweet. Well, looks like, oh man, there's a lot of people from Canada here, Montreal, near Niagara Falls. Thank you guys for all tuning in. Fergus, Ontario. There's so many places in Ontario I've never heard of. Ontario is huge. It's almost frightening. Montreal. This is awesome. So that was the last giveaway. Guys, I know guys, it's missing one L. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. We're just trying to have fun. I'm sorry if Evan Peel is 2 L's. I just wanted to make sure it was in my head. I was thinking EVEN. Make sure it's spelled even, not Evan. However, but yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the show. Congratulations to the people doing who won the giveaways. Thank you very. Hey, Scarborough in the house, Boston, Massachusetts, Oakville, Kingston.
That's close to me.
This is turning into a Sir Mix-a-Lot jump on it song. Yes, so please, guys, if you guys and gals, people watching, if you had a good time tonight, please consider dropping a like here, subscribing to the channel. It really does help with the channel getting noticed with the almighty YouTube algorithm. And there, I do unboxings literally every Thursday. There's new stuff, new toys being unboxed, whether you're into Black Series, other Star Wars stuff, Legends, everything. And my guests they all do amazing stuff too. People like Eric and Jing and Paul. Like, we all collect toys, we all work with toys, but we all have different paths that bring us to this point. So I kind of learn from everybody a little bit, the kind of every week something that they do. So if you're interested in something like this, please do consider subscribing to the channel. I hope you all have a really great May the 4th. Tomorrow is it also Revenge of the 5th and 6th?
Yeah, Revenge of the 5th, and then Revenge of the 5th, and I forget what they have for 6th. There is something for 6th. I think it is. I think they just keep extending that holiday. I like Revenge of the 6th because we can still keep Cinco de Mayo. That's a good point.
Not that it's celebrated here in Canada, which is a very strange thing for me to say. But everyone who is still watching, thank you so much. You guys are all awesome. Please go check out Yoko on Twitch later, or the Toy Migos if they're still on right now. Eric, thank you for hopping back on.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's been fantastic. Like I said, I hope you have an opportunity to do something similar again in the future.
No, it was a lot of fun, and I really appreciate you bringing us on. It's fun to just talk casually with with not only you but just people in general about just the toys we work on. We don't get to have these kind of conversations with people too often because we're kind of in our own bubble. So it's nice to do that.
Sweet. Again, I appreciate you. Thank you for your time. Everyone watching, I hope you have a great night, morning, wherever you are, whatever time you're watching this right now. And stay tuned. More awesome stuff to come. And keep toying around. Peace.